having fun?
Thou.
Come. Take a closer walk with me.
So I'm going to devote myself to you all day.
Morgan Freeman is an American actor, producer, and the iconic voice behind many Hollywood films. He is a highly acclaimed individual, receiving numerous nominations and awards, including the coveted Oscar. His path to fame was truly long and challenging, and his perseverance is something that anyone can admire. You will realize all of this after watching this video. Morgan Freeman, how Hollywood's main god lives and how he spends his millions.
I'm God.
Bingo! Yahtzee!
Morgan Freeman was born on June 1, 1937, in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. His mother, Mammy Edna, worked as a teacher, and his father, Morgan Porterfield Freeman, after whom the younger son was named, was a hairdresser. The couple also had 3 older children. According to DNA tests, the family's ancestors were originally from regions in modern-day Congo and Angola, who were enslaved and brought to America. After the abolition of slavery, the actor's grandfather had Freeman written on the documents he obtained, alluding to his release from slavery, hence the famous surname originated. Shortly after Morgan's birth, his parents left him in the care of his grandmother in Charleston, Mississippi, and went to Chicago to work. However, they brought the boy back with them after his grandmother's death in 1943. The future star made his acting debut at the age of 9 when he played the lead role in a school play. At 12, he won a statewide dramatic competition in Mississippi and continued to perform in school theater. After graduating from high school in 1955, Freeman was offered a partial scholarship for dramatic arts at the Jackson State University, but he turned it down, deciding to pursue his dream of becoming a pilot and enlisted in the United States Air Force. However, instead of a pilot career, Morgan was forced to work as a mechanic and technician, and he never got the chance to take the controls of an airplane. Disappointed, the young man decided to give up his military career and moved to California in 1959 to try his luck in the acting business. He attended acting courses at the renowned Pasadena Playhouse and also enrolled at Los Angeles City College to study theater arts. In an interview later on, the actor admitted that thanks to his education at this college, he was able to refine his voice and start speaking with his famous velvety tone, eliminating his southern accent. In addition to his studies, Morgan attended various auditions, but no matter how many studio doors he knocked on, he couldn't land even a minor role. Failing to find work, he moved to New York in 1960, where he took odd jobs, went to auditions, and performed in amateur theater. In 1961, Morgan received devastating news. His father, who suffered from alcoholism, passed away from liver cirrhosis. However, our star continued to work diligently, pursue dancing, perform in small productions, and after moving to San Francisco, became a member of the music band called Opera Ring. In 1967, Freeman married a woman named Jeanette Adair Bradshaw, and at the time of their marriage, he had 2 illegitimate sons, Alfonso and Saifullah. After the wedding, Morgan also adopted Jeanette's daughter, Dina, from her previous marriage. It was around this time that he landed a role in the African-American Broadway production of Hello, Dolly. This success allowed Morgan to start securing small roles in film and theater. In the 1970s, Freeman landed the lead role in the Broadway musical adaptation of Ossie Davis's book, Hurley. He also secured a job in public television where he participated in the children's show The Electric Company, which focused on teaching children how to read. In 1971, Morgan and Jeanette welcomed their daughter, whom they named Morgana. Around the same time, he auditioned and landed his first significant role in the family drama Who Says I Can't Ride a Rainbow. Despite his hard work, including his involvement in the detective thriller Blade and a few minor roles in other projects, Morgan couldn't reach the level of success he dreamed of. When the children's show closed in 1976, Freeman realized that his career was far from successful as he wasn't being offered leading roles. His personal life also suffered. Our star discovered that his marriage was falling apart, and he began to resemble his father, developing a dependence on alcohol. In 1979, Morgan and Jeanette divorced. A year after the divorce, Freeman appeared in the television film about a prison uprising called Attica and landed the role of a middle-aged, intelligent inmate in the drama Brubaker.
I want some respect. You some bitches hear me out there? I want some respect.
Yeah, we hear you, Walter, we hear you.
And I want to see the man.
Audiences enjoyed this portrayal, and Freeman continued to play similar roles in the future. Job offers started to increase. Although they were minor roles in low-budget films, at least Freeman began receiving more invitations to auditions. He appeared in the thriller Eyewitness and in the 8 episodes of the series Texas. Soon, more significant opportunities arose. In 1981, the dramas The Marva Collins Story and Death of a Prophet were released, where Morgan had already landed leading roles. In 1983, the actor appeared in 8 episodes of the soap opera Another World, and in 1984, he starred in the drama film Harry and Son. Although the movie didn't achieve great popularity, this role finally caught the attention of directors and producers. Additionally, his filmography expanded with the comedy drama Teachers. In the same year, Morgan married for the second time. His chosen one was costume designer and scenographer Myrna Colley Lee. The couple did not have any children together, but they raised Adana Hines, the granddaughter of Morgan's first wife, Jeanette, whom we will talk about a little later. In the following years, our star appeared in the biographical film Marie, as well as the dramas The Execution of Raymond Graham, That Was Then, This Is Now, and Resting Place. However, a real breakthrough in his career occurred in 1987 when the actor turned 50. The crime thriller Street Smart was released. In this film, he portrayed a street hustler and delivered an outstanding performance, earning nominations for an Academy Award and a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor.
I take the bread. The hold off, you understand? Yes. You want money, you come to me. You try going into business for yourself.
After that, he started receiving film offers regularly, but he couldn't bring himself to leave his work in the theater. The production of Driving Miss Daisy, which depicted the relationship between a cantankerous aristocrat and her chauffeur, had a stunning success among theatergoers and was subsequently adapted into a film also featuring Freeman. The film went on to win 4 Academy Awards and was named Best Picture of 1990. The actor himself received a Golden Globe and a Silver Bear at the Berlin International Film Festival for his role, in addition to being nominated for an Oscar.
I'm fixing to go to the Piggly Wiggly on the trolley.
On the trolley? Why you let me carry you, Miss Daisy?
No, thank you.
Well, ain't that what Mr. Worthing done hire me for?
That's his problem.
Even before that, films featuring Morgan were released, such as the crime telefilm Clinton and Nadine, the dramas Clean and Sober, Lean on Me, the thriller Johnny Handsome, and the war drama Glory.
The boy was off trying to find himself some shoes, Colonel. He wants to fight. Same as the rest of us. More even.
In the latter, Freeman applied his experience gained during his service in the U.S. Air Force and performed all his stunts himself. Afterward, the actor received numerous film offers. In his filmography, you will find works such as the documentary miniseries The Civil War, the satirical drama Bonfire of the Vanities, the sports drama The Power of One, and the Western film Unforgiven. He was also nominated for an MTV Movie Award for his adventure film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. In addition, Freeman tried his hand at directing by helming the political drama Bofa, about apartheid in South Africa. The film adaptation of the play of the same name received decent reviews from critics but failed at the box office, collecting only $212,500 against a budget of $12 million. However, one of the actor's most remarkable works became the iconic drama film The Shawshank Redemption, which was released in 1994 and continues to rank among the top films of all time.
What are you in for? Murder. Same as you.
Innocent.
Only guilty man in Shawshank.
Interestingly, in the original Stephen King novella, Morgan's character, Red, is actually an Irishman. Nevertheless, director Frank Darabont envisioned Freeman exclusively in this role and decided to keep the character's line,
Maybe it's because I'm Irish.
as a clever joke. Morgan was reportedly paid $300,000 for his role in the film, although the actor himself has not confirmed this amount. Nevertheless, his performance was highly praised by critics and audiences alike. For this role, the actor was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award, a Golden Globe, and an Oscar in the Best Actor category. He had a good chance of winning the coveted award, but his competitor was Tom Hanks, who portrayed the iconic character in Forrest Gump. Hanks ended up taking the award home. After that, every film in which Freeman participated became popular, and critics couldn't understand how such an outstanding actor went unnoticed for a whole 25 years in auditions. In 1995, the disaster film Outbreak and the beloved thriller Seven were released, featuring an all-star cast including Brad Pitt, Kevin Spacey, and Gwyneth Paltrow. Freeman himself played a detective in the film investigating a case involving a serial killer.
These murders are like forced attrition.
What's what?
Attrition. It's when you regret your sins, but not because you love God.
Or like because someone stuck a gun in your face.
Mm-hmm.
His son, Alfonso, also made an appearance in the film in a minor role as a fingerprint technician. Interestingly, the creators of the movie doubted whether Morgan would even agree to play one of the detectives, since the script was quite brutal and some actors didn't want their names associated with the crimes depicted in the film. However, the actor immediately agreed, first confirming all the financial conditions. As a result, his work was nominated for MTV and Saturn Awards. In 1996, Freeman presented the melodrama Mole Flanders and the sci-fi action film Chain Reaction, in which he starred alongside Keanu Reeves. Following that, there were the historical drama Amistad and the thriller with mystical elements Kiss the Girls, which earned the actor a fee of $5 million.
Point is, Diane, if you pull the trigger, no one would ever know the truth.
In the same period, Morgan co-founded the film company Revelations Entertainment and has since gone on to produce many films. He also started several charitable projects, but still continued to be active in commercial movies. In 1998, the celebrity appeared in the thriller Hard Rain and science fiction Deep Impact. The latter, with a budget of $75 million, garnered about $350 million in the worldwide box office.
There was a remote possibility that the comet was on a path that could bring it into direct contact with the Earth.
In 2000, Freeman participated in the voiceover for an episode of the documentary series American Masters, starred in the black comedy Nurse Betty and the detective thriller Under Suspicion.
This is January 7th, 8:06 p.m., San Juan Police Headquarters. I'm Captain Benazet. Here in my office with me is Detective Owens. We're talking to Mr. Henry Hurst. Do we have your permission to tape this interview, Henry?
Why not?
In the latter, Morgan Freeman's character engages in an intellectual duel with Gene Hackman's character. Despite having a budget of $25 million and earning just over $1 million at the box office, the film is still considered a high-quality work for discerning viewers. In January 2001, together with lawyer and businessman Bill Luckett, Morgan opened Madidi, a fine cuisine restaurant in Clarksdale, Mississippi. They also opened a blues and grill bar in the same location, which is still operational to this day. However, the restaurant had to close its doors in 2012. In the following years, several thrillers were released, including Along Came a Spider, High Crimes, and The Sum of All Fears. There was also the crime drama Levity, the horror film Dreamcatcher, and the action film Guilty by Association. Additionally, the actor lent his voice to several documentaries once again. Among the crime films where Freeman portrayed a wise intellectual was also the comedy Bruce Almighty, and seeing him alongside Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston was a pleasant surprise for fans.
You think you can do it better, so here's your chance. When you leave this building, you will be endowed with all my powers.
Whatever you say, Bill.
Originally, the film's creators had considered inviting Robert De Niro for the role of God, but ultimately gave it to Morgan. Interestingly, the actor himself is an atheist and has stated in various interviews that he finds religious dogmas insufficient and that he wants evidence which is not presented. After portraying God, Freeman starred in the crime comedy The Big Bounce, which failed at the box office, and the successful sports drama $1 Million Baby.
Who's your new girl? Jesus Christ.
Better hurry up. She keeps hitting it like that, you're gonna break her wrists.
In the latter, Morgan played the role of an old boxer named Eddie Scrap Iron Dupree. Freeman's work in this film was highly praised. He received a Golden Globe nomination and won an Oscar, as well as the Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Supporting Actor. Interestingly, a little earlier, the actor received a special prize at the Karlovy Vary Film Festival for his outstanding contribution to world cinema. Next, his filmography was enriched by the crime action film Unleashed, where Morgan played the role of a blind piano player named Sam.
In the market, those men, they were fighting. But that didn't bother you.
No.
You weren't afraid.
No.
They'll find themselves in situations like that.
They weren't fighting me.
However, in the initial version of the script, the character was not blind. This idea was suggested by Freeman himself after receiving training at a school for blind piano players. In his opinion, making Sam blind would make it easier for him to see the childlike innocence in Danny without noticing the cruelty. In 2005, Freeman appeared in Christopher Nolan's superhero film Batman Begins, the drama An Unfinished Life, and the thriller Edison. He then went on to work on several voiceover projects, such as the documentary short film Magnificent Desolation, Walking on the Moon 3D, and the sci-fi action film War of the Worlds. In the latter, Freeman's voice, heard at the very beginning of the film, closely mirrors the opening of H.G. Wells' novel on which the movie was based. Another project that Freeman lent his voice to was the documentary film March of the Penguins, for which he received a fee of $1 million. In 2006, the crime drama Lucky No. 11, the action film The Contract, and the comedy drama 10 Items or Less were released. The latter was an interesting production, as the film's creator, Brad Silberling, allowed the main actors to freely improvise on set, resulting in many scenes being created on the spot. For example, Morgan's dance at the car wash, or the scene where the actors sing in the car.
25? You're 25? I was 30 before I got my first picture. You're way ahead of the curve. Nothing but time. Whole life ahead of you. So let it start now.
It was during this time that our hero expanded his business ventures with the launch of Clickstar, an online film distribution company. They made history by being the first to offer legal downloads of 10 items or less while the film was still in theaters. The year 2007 was a very successful one for Freeman, with various projects coming his way. He was invited to a role specifically written for him in the comedy drama The Bucket List.
You're the one crying you never took a shot. Here's your chance.
My chance to what? Make a fool of myself?
Never too late.
Interestingly, his character's son was portrayed by his own son, Alfonso. During that same time, the comedy sequel Evan Almighty was released, along with the thriller Gone Baby Gone and the romantic drama Feast of Love. The year 2008 was a delight for audiences with the release of the sci-fi action film Wanted and the Batman sequel called The Dark Knight, where Freeman reprised his role as Lucius Fox, just like in the first installment.
Anything else you can trouble me for?
I need a new suit.
Yeah, 3 buttons is a little 90s, Mr. Wayne.
I'm not talking fashion, Mr. Fox, so much as function.
In the same year, the man was involved in a car accident resulting in serious injuries. The incident occurred near his home while he was driving with a certain 48-year-old Damaris Meyer. There were rumors that she provided him with BDSM services, but she herself denied it. Meyer filed a lawsuit against Freeman for negligent driving, but it all ended with the signing of a confidential agreement. The injuries sustained during the accident continue to bother the celebrity to this day. His left hand is paralyzed, and he is required to wear a special glove to maintain blood circulation. In 2009, the action film Thick as Thieves and the crime comedy The Maiden Heist had their premieres. Freeman also starred in the film Invictus, where he portrayed famous South African political leader Nelson Mandela.
Francois, your country is very proud of you. Thank you, sir. Good luck. Thank you.
Mandela himself said that only Freeman could play him. Freeman was the first actor cast in this role, and not without reason, as the men had been friends for many years. The actor prepared for his part by rewatching recordings of his friend to portray the politician's speech and charisma. This proved to be a difficult task. Mandela's magic was practically impossible to copy. Freeman said he wanted not just to copy the mannerisms, but to convey the effect the South African leader had on people, namely to motivate them to be better. Freeman also worked on the details. For example, being left-handed, he learned to write with his right hand for some scenes. This performance was praised by critics, and our star was once again nominated for an Oscar, Golden Globe, and Screen Actors Guild Award. Although the celebrity's career was filled with various projects and interesting works, tabloids began discussing his personal life, and there was plenty to talk about as Freeman's marriage, which was considered one of the strongest in Hollywood, came to an end after 23 years. The exact reason for the divorce is unknown, but in court, Morgan insisted that the marriage collapsed due to his spouse's fault, while Myrna accused Morgan of infidelity. The woman proved that the actor had been cheating on her for a long time with a school teacher named Mary Joyce Hayes. However, the mistress was not the cause of the divorce, as the couple's marriage was considered open, and Myrna turned a blind eye to his affairs with other women. Morgan's ex-wife accused him of having inappropriate relations with their granddaughter. Although the girl was adopted and had no blood relation to him, this rumor sparked a storm of discussions and outrage directed at the actor. However, there was no true evidence to support these claims, and the actor denied the rumors while continuing to speak respectfully of his granddaughter. The couple managed to complete their divorce only in 2010 after 3 years of litigation. As a result, Myrna received an unprecedented compensation of $170 million. Meanwhile, the action comedy film Red and the family drama Dolphindale were released, and in 2011, the comedy drama The Magic of Belle Isle premiered.
How do you make them up?
Imagination. The most powerful force ever made available to humankind.
In 2012, at the Golden Globe Award ceremonies, Freeman received the Cecil B. DeMille Award for his outstanding contribution to the world of entertainment. Next came Christopher Nolan's third Batman film, The Dark Knight Rises, followed by the crime thriller Now You See Me, the comedy Las Vegas, and the sci-fi film Oblivion. In the latter, Freeman was initially offered the role of a narrator, but he became so intrigued by the plot that he wanted to play a character. Instead of telling the director the truth, he lied and said he had a sore throat. The film's creators were so eager to have Morgan involved in the project that they still cast him as Malcolm Beach, the leader of the Scavengers.
I've been to your radiation zones. If you're looking for the truth, that's where you'll find it.
During the filming of the action movie Olympus Has Fallen, the scene with the actor in the crisis room was shot right in the midst of an internet rumor about his death.
As a nation, we are never stronger than when tested. We will remain united and strong. God bless you all. God bless these United States of America.
He often started the shooting day by singing old jazz songs to entertain the rest of the cast, which endeared him to the film crew. For this work, he received a fee of $10 million, and the year 2013 was the most lucrative for him. He earned over $30 million during that period. In 2014, Morgan made his first foray into voice acting in the animated film The Lego Movie. He also appeared in the short fantasy film Wish Wizard, the sci-fi thriller Transcendence, the action film Lucy, the comedy drama 5 Flights Up, and the family drama Dolphin Tale 2. In 2015, a tragedy befell our hero's life. Edana Hines, Morgan's adopted granddaughter, whom he raised with his ex-wife, was killed under strange circumstances. The young woman was an aspiring actress, and rumors circulated about her close relationship with Morgan, who also served as her mentor in the film industry. After his granddaughter's death, Freeman stated, "The world will never know her artistry and talent, nor how much she had to offer. May she rest in peace." Since then, he has refused to speak about Adana or comment on his personal life. In the same year, the actor's filmography was expanded by the comedy Ted 2, as well as the action films Momentum and Last Nights. In addition, he made an uncredited appearance as a judge in an episode of the TV series Madam Secretary. Freeman later returned to the project 2 more times, directing episodes in which he also appeared. In 2016, the actor served as the host and producer of the documentary series The Story of God with Morgan Freeman, where he traveled to sacred places. Freeman firmly believes that it is not God who created humanity, but rather humanity who created God. In September 2016, President Barack Obama presented the actor with the National Medal of Arts. During the ceremony, the president stated that Freeman was honored with this award for his outstanding work as an actor, director, and narrator. It's worth noting that a few years later, Morgan was recognized with a special award from the Screen Actors Guild for his life achievements. Meanwhile, Freeman managed to appear in the action film London Has Fallen and the epic film Ben-Hur and the second installment of the detective thriller Now You See Me.
So, you can save yourself, or you can make a deal with me and save the 4 horsemen and stop wasting both of our time.
Just like in the first part, Morgan portrayed an intellectual character, exposing fraudsters and being able to anticipate situations several steps ahead. In 2017, the comedy film Just Getting Started was released, which also featured Rene Russo and Tommy Lee Jones.
You and I, just getting started.
I can hardly wait. Nice fella.
In the movie, Freeman played the role of Duke, a former lawyer who was hiding from the mafia and working for a modest salary at a retirement home. In the same year, the premiere of the crime comedy Going in Style took place. The story of 3 retirees who daringly rob a bank earned recognition from audiences and enthusiastic reviews from critics. However, later, as the Me Too movement gained popularity, around 8 women who had crossed paths with the actor on film sets accused him of inappropriate behavior and harassment. One of the women shared her experience during the filming of Going in Style, where Freeman allegedly made unwelcome advances towards a producer's assistant for several months. She stated that the actor repeatedly touched her without permission, placed his hand on her lower back, or stroked her face, and frequently made comments about her body and clothing. Another woman, who worked with the actor in the film Now You See Me, said that he regularly commented on her appearance, and many female studio employees tried to avoid wearing tight-fitting clothes to prevent provoking discussions about their looks. Freeman defended himself by stating that he had no intention to offend or make anyone feel uncomfortable. He apologized to anyone who felt uneasy or disrespected, but following the harassment allegations, Visa and TransLink temporarily suspended their partnerships with Freeman. Meanwhile, the actor participated in the voiceover of the adventure action film Alpha and also appeared in the family fantasy film The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, as well as the thrillers The Poison Rose and Angel Has Fallen. He was still being invited to film projects even after the scandal. In 2020, Freeman starred in the comedy film The Comeback Trail, and the following year, he appeared in the TV series Solos and The Kaminsky Method, which earned him an Emmy nomination. In the same year, 2021, the actor starred in the comedy film Coming to America and the action films Vanquish and Hitman Wife's Bodyguard.
Nothing like taking a bullet to make you feel like a man.
Yeah, taking 20 myself.
I took a bullet.
Yeah?
In 2022, the thrillers The Minute You Wake Up Dead and Paradise Highway were released, but they failed to receive public recognition. The same fate awaited the detective thriller The Ritual Killer, while the drama film A Good Man received higher acclaim. In the latter, the actor portrayed the father of a girl who died in a car accident and delicately depicted his relationship with the main protagonist, who was responsible for the crash.
And I vowed I would never lay a hand on my children. And I didn't. While I was sober.
Additionally, in 2023, Freeman appeared in the TV series The Muppets Mayhem and Special Ops Lioness, as well as the action film 57 Seconds and the thriller Sniff. Several more projects are currently in the production stage. Apart from acting, Freeman continues to lend his voice to both documentary and fictional films and remains just as popular in this domain as he is on screen. Freeman is indeed a highly prolific individual. His net worth is estimated at $250 million, and he has been one of the most renowned and in-demand actors in the world for over 20 years. Additionally, he is considered one of the highest-grossing actors, as films featuring him have amassed a total box office revenue of $4.3 billion by the year 2021. The amount Freeman earns for a film varies depending on his role in the project and the budget. For instance, his on-screen performances command a higher fee compared to voiceover roles. According to experts' estimates, Freeman currently earns around $10 million per film. It is reported that he earned between $1 to $2 million for voicing commercials for Visa debit cards. Morgan has always taken pride in his southern roots. Despite appearing in films worldwide, he has continued to live in one place for the past 30 years. The actor owns a 125-acre ranch in Mississippi, which he purchased in the early 90s. The house has a rich and colorful history that is deeply connected to the region's heritage. It was once used as a plantation, and many of its original buildings still stand today. Freeman has diligently worked to preserve these historical structures and has also modernized them to provide comfort and luxury. He employed environmentally friendly materials and reconstruction methods. Additionally, the ranch features a large garden where Freeman grows his own fruits and vegetables, and several animals, including horses, reside there. In 2014, the actor developed an interest in beekeeping and eventually transformed a portion of his property into a sanctuary for bees. Freeman imported 26 hives from Arkansas and planted bee-friendly magnolias, clover, lavender, and other plants. Morgan mentioned that the bees had never stung him, as he didn't attempt to collect honey, but simply fed the insects. Freeman is an avid car collector. His collection includes a $10,000 BMW 7 Series that he purchased for restoration, a $79,000 Tesla Model X, and a $49,000 GMC Yukon Denali. Living on a ranch in Mississippi necessitates a pickup truck, so Freeman has a $47,000 Toyota Tundra and a $35,000 Chevrolet Silverado in his garage. For his personal enjoyment, he acquired a 1996 Ford Mustang GT350 for $140,000, which he fell in love with while filming The Bucket List, and a $400,000 Lamborghini Aventador. In addition to cars, Freeman has owned 3 airplanes at different times: the Cessna 414, Cessna Citation, and Cyberjet SJ-30. The latter is known as the fastest and lightest aircraft in the world. In 2015, Freeman's private plane had to make an emergency landing when its tire blew off during takeoff. Morgan is capable of piloting an aircraft himself, as he obtained a pilot's license at the age of 65, fulfilling a long-held dream. However, he mostly entrusts the controls to a professional pilot. Morgan Freeman has always been regarded as a philanthropist, animal advocate, and environmental activist. He also speaks out on political issues, and as early as in 2017, he recorded a video address accusing Russia of attacks on democracy. Following the full-scale invasion of Ukraine by the Russian army, Morgan was one of the first to show support for the Ukrainian people. During his leisure time, Freeman indulges in golfing and sailing on his personal yacht, defying his age and health challenges. He persists in gracing the silver screen, intending to captivate his admirers with compelling acting endeavors. How about you? What's your favorite Morgan Freeman movie?
See you around, kid.
Where are you going?
I'm taking a vacation.
God doesn't take vacations.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.